Putin signs bill to suspend last nuclear arms pact with U.S.
Here's a summary of the article.
Moscow. Russian President Vladimir Putin on Tuesday signed a bill formally suspending the last remaining nuclear arms treaty with the United States, amid soaring tensions with Washington over Moscow's action in Ukraine. Putin had declared a week ago in his State of the Nation address that Moscow was suspending its participation in the 2010 New START treaty. He had charged that Russia can't accept U.S. inspections of its nuclear sites under the pact at a time when Washington and its NATO allies have openly declared Russia's defeat in Ukraine as their goal. Putin has emphasized that Moscow was not withdrawing from the pact altogether, and the Russian Foreign Ministry said the country would respect the caps on nuclear weapons set under the treaty and keep notifying the U.S. about test launches of ballistic missiles. Advertisement. On Monday, a top U.S. arms control official strongly criticized Russia for suspending its participation in the treaty, but noted that Washington will try to work with Moscow to continue its implementation. Russia is once again showing the world that it is not a responsible nuclear power, Bonnie Jenkins, the U.S. Undersecretary of State for Arms Control, said at a session of the Conference on Disarmament, a United Nations-affiliated international forum. Discussions on resuming them were supposed to have taken place last November, but Russia abruptly called them off.
This post received a score of 7,500, with an upvote ratio of 95%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
John F. Kennedy on July 26, 1963. Today, every inhabitant of this planet must contemplate the day when this planet may no longer be habitable. Every man, woman and child lives under a nuclear sword of Damocles, hanging by the slenderest of threads, capable of being cut at any moment by accident or miscalculation or by madness. The weapons of war must be abolished before they abolish us. It is therefore our intention to challenge the Soviet Union, not to an arms race, but to a peace race, to advance together step by step, stage by stage, until general and complete disarmament has been achieved.
There's a reason JFK, often regarded as one of the best presidents in U.S. history, and is generally even liked by the Russian people themselves.
Fun fact: one of his famous speeches was one of the only U.S. president speeches to be aired publicly in Russia, USSR at the time. Despite the optics and issues between the US and USSR, he always kept a private secret line of communication open with Khrushchev during the rough times.
Communication is important. It's part of the reason why the UN exists in the first place.
And the famous red phone after the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Phew, let's hope that's the biggest crisis of my presidency.
Nothing bad ever happens to the Kennedys.
I would like to order the party platter.
Throw some more ers and ahhhrs in there.
Angry not looking shove.
Meet the new Cold War, same as the old Cold War.
It's not the same because there are fewer adults in the room to say no to potential bad decisions.
Touché.
Some facts. America and Russia both have enough nuclear weapons to destroy the other country. There are no missile interception systems that would be sufficient to prevent this destruction. New START prevents both sides from expanding the number of nukes. It also allows regular inspections to determine the type of nukes. It does not prevent either side from replacing their nukes with better ones. The main function of the treaty is to prevent an arms race, which at this point would be silly anyway. The whole point of backing out of the treaty is to tell the US that relations are bad.
Right. This doesn't really concern me. It's not like Putin is sitting over there thinking, I would send nukes, but we did sign that treaty, so I really can't right now.
I mean, I'm concerned, but I'm not any more concerned today than I was yesterday.
Exactly. This agreement was not the thin line between nuclear war or not.
It's just as suicidal as it was yesterday. And we all know Putin is a whiny baby, so definitely nothing has really changed yet.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.